Funky right now. Hey, we're live. I gotta thank James Freeman for allowing me to share this video. Thank you very much. And this is gonna be kind of weird because I'm new at this, but hey, shit happens. Let's see what James has to say about what happened tonight.
You switch here to live chat. So there's a lot of stories and videos that I want to cover, and I'm realizing that if I try to make an
Well, this ain't working.
edited video out of everything, I'll never cover nearly everything I want to. So just now, I'm going to start doing some more lives. So just now, Carolina in Fort Worth was arrested by Fort Worth police. If you're not familiar with Carolina in Fort Worth, go and check her out. I don't think I have any moderators because moderators block people.
James, I was in a live stream. You got a shitload of moderators, but keep talking shit.
Oh, hey, Tommy Wood's here. Awesome. Tommy Wood is my only moderator because I know he won't block and ban you for saying things, for talking trash about me or whatever.
Hi, Patty. What's going on?
He won't block or ban you for anything. So Caroline in Fort Worth was just arrested. We'll check out the video, and then we're going to call the Fort Worth Police Department. I'm sorry. I'm dead tired. I was getting ready for bed. So I am dead.
Yeah, going to call the police department and tie up the 911 line so people can't answer to the 911 calls, which you actually, in one of your phone calls, the guy says, listen, I got to go. And you're like, no, you got to talk to me because I want to complain.
Tired, but I wanted to make sure and get some attention on this.
Tons of cop cars here. We're gonna see what this is all about.
Oh yeah, it was. I watched the very end, Tommy. It was unreal. We're gonna watch the beginning real quick. It's 30 minutes long. We're gonna watch the beginning real quick because when I did watch the end, she was saying that one of these officers, as soon as she came up, was blinding her with lights. So I want to see that part, and then we'll just skip to. Yeah, I did, James Madison.
This is on Berry Street in 35.
I'm almost 100% positive that was bullcrap too, and that's gonna end up in. I think we actually have a lawyer for this one too.
3, 4, 5, 6 units.
Already, this just happened an hour ago, and I think.
Those are 10 people. Those are cops standing in the
Yeah, this is about.
I think we do have a lawyer
2.5
for this
hours
one.
ago.
As far as civil lawsuit, and it was mean. It was nasty. It was malicious.
Yeah, she was on private property, making
Libel and
no
slander.
purchases
Yeah,
in the business, trespassing. You are not a patron of the business.
Tons of people standing around. What's going on? I can't. It's recording. Sorry.
Let's see, where does James talk about tying up the 911? I probably should have gotten this together ahead of time, but.
Just reached the Fort Worth Police Department. If you have an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Si desea continuar en español,
Carolina and Fort Worth. Tommy Wood's dropping the
Si
link.
tiene una emergencia, por favor cuelgue y marca 911. Please select from the following options or remain on the line for an operator. If this is an alarm company reporting an activation, please press 3. For jail or prisoner information, please press 4.
Yeah, we'll skip to the star.
What the hell? Did I not push record? Look at that. I'm not recording.
Please 8. To hear information about how to make a police report online, dial 911. Please press star. Non-emergency.
Hello, who am I speaking with?
Operator M963.
Operator 1963.
No, M as in Mary 963.
Okay, M as in Mary 963. How you doing? How you doing this evening, Mary 963? Good. Staying busy?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I was wondering about somebody who was just arrested by one of your officers. Is it custom?
What's going on, Hank? Glad you got here. Hey, I'm looking for anybody to put the commentary on this. Carolina and Fort Worth got arrested a couple hours ago.
I'm trying. Just a second.
The
Why
cops
am I-
let
am I-
her record for a half hour, and then when she tried to push herself past the cop, she actually laid her shoulder into the cop. That's when she got arrested.
Well,
Of course, Freeman's over there saying, "Oh, she got arrested for having a camera on the sidewalk."
no.
For the first 25 minutes, she never touched the sidewalk.
When this
Trying
guy's
to-
walking into a real sock.
I'm trying to figure out why I'm echoing.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, the sock's there to make his breath smell better. Because
I'm trying to get. Damn it! What? This echo is annoying.
see, Archangel was having that problem too, and he threw his headphones on. I don't know.
My headphone.
I don't know how to do this. I'm new at this, and if it doesn't work, oh well.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. They're hearing the echo and.
Yeah.
I don't even have the YouTube tab open. So that's not it. Hey, I'm gonna mute
Don't know what's going on.
Art
Let's tell him
talk
what's
and see
going on.
if
Let's see
you
what that's about.
echo.
Okay. I don't believe I have an echo.
Okay, I'm still hearing. I'm still hearing your echo.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it out. See what it is.
I'm trying to find out what her criminal background is from what the cop said
Several
right
people
before
detained
he
and several units out
was
here. So let's go find out what's up. Looks like we have one,
Hey, just another nut. Thanks, I appreciate it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units.
No, there's 8
And
there.
we have a
You
bunch of
can't
people-
count.
oh,
There's
those
8.
aren't detained people. Those are cops standing in a circle. Oh, here's some more units over here. Some more units over this way.
Well, that kind of looks like a business to me, and I do believe if you're not patronizing the business, that would be called trespassing.
Huh.
I would agree there.
We got tons of units here. Tons of people standing around.
And of course, the sidewalk goes around the parking lot, which she never touches
It's recording.
for
so
at least 20 minutes.
Okay, so now they're all leaving. What's going on?
Well, she's
1,
loitering.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
See, I told you it was
8
8.
units. 8 units.
Now, in a minute, she starts screaming at the cops
Girl.
about 3 things. And
Bunch
then
of
when
cops
she
standing out
learns
here.
that one of them is
We're going back to
actually
the cars now.
factual, she drops that and says 2 things.
I don't know what this is about.
You can't search the car unless you have a warrant or they gave you permission. But originally, it's if you're being arrested, which these guys got arrested for an armed robbery the night before.
I'll just
So yes, you're gonna search the car.
I'll never understand why this little entitled white girl injects herself into this
I don't know if it got
crap.
consent to search it.
Clicks and
I don't
views.
know if it's a stolen car. What's up with that car?
She's dumb. I mean, like on the bar scale.
The only way they can do this is if they have a warrant or if there's an incident to arrest, like whoever was driving that car was arrested, or if there's some consent. But I have no idea who the driver of this car is. Could be that lady who asked to use my cell phone. I couldn't use it because I was recording.
Not too many people.
Is the echo coming from me? Is it all voices or just the video? Because I don't know what I'm doing here.
I don't get an echo. I'm not getting an echo off you
They're
either.
tearing this car apart. Tearing it apart.
Well, that's impossible.
I am because I'm here for you guys, making sure they don't, hurt y'all, break rules.
Yeah,
violate your
the car
rights.
they ain't.
So is that your car?
That's my friend's car, and they're gonna tell me I need to leave. But I'm gonna call the sister in.
But they're searching it without a warrant.
And they searching his car without a warrant, so they ain't violation.
And no consent, no
So
consent.
I'm gonna let her know.
The only way you can search those with a warrant, or if they have consent, or
They
if
don't
they
have
have
they ain't got no problem, no reason.
What's this?
Yeah.
Now listen to this garbage comes
Hey,
out
y'all
of her
got
mouth.
consent to search that car? Did y'all get consent to search that car?
All right,
Why
I
y'all
get
searching that car
it.
without permission?
Is
Where's
that
the
any
warrant? Let me
better?
see the warrant. Where's y'all's warrant?
I don't have
Let
any
me see your
echo.
warrant. Why y'all searching bags and stuff? That's not a Terry stop. You can't go into compartments. You can't go into bags.
It's hard to get
Why
my
y'all searching that car? You don't have permission to search that car. Where's the warrant? Why are you searching in that purse? You can't go inside purses, compartments. You can't go in backpacks. You can't go in any compartments. You don't have consent. No consent, no warrant. Why are you going into that laundry bag?
Because they got arrested for
You have
robbing
no
somebody
consent to be
yesterday.
in those bags. You can't go into bags. You can't go into compartments. No warrant.
Ain't got no place over him.
No
That's his
warrant.
car, man. He got a great mustache. Record him right there. Record him getting in that car right there.
Hey, get out of the car. You don't have consent for that.
Get him right there, the one that's right there. That one in that car right there.
You don't have consent to be in that car.
Now, with her yelling at the cops, is it illegal for her to yell at the cops? Because that would be interfering. What the cop does here kind of broke down to her level. I really don't approve of, but in the circumstances. It seemed to work. She shut up. Holy shit! A Marvel goes in my stream. Wow, I made the big time.
MG.
What's up, girl?
Look at that. That's just the thing he's doing to me. Why would you do that? You don't have consent. Mature, you're real mature, you clown. What a clown. What's wrong with these people?
Okay, Arch.
You don't have probable cause.
Do me.
Where's your? You can only search a car if you have someone
Why do
arrested
you keep
or warrant.
dropping
You
me?
don't have one of those. You don't have a warrant.
Wrong button. I'm new at this.
Can you pause for a second?
Yeah, what do you need?
Arch, can you mute? Okay, test one. No, there's still an echo. Do you have your news now? Do you have your YouTube tab open?
No, I'm going through headphones only. There's no other audio, and
No,
I don't
on
have
your-
my
on your-
headphones.
On your computer. Do you have YouTube open?
Ooh, yeah, I'm watching another. Hang on, let me turn that off.
You gotta
Or just mute it.
Let me turn that off. Is that better?
Testing. No.
Still. It helped a little bit.
And you don't have anybody in custody from this
then
car.
I'm on the phone. Is it two females and a guy?
No, it's two.
Video's not
Okay,
out
what's
now.
your clown do you
Okay,
have?
what's the guy named
Yeah, I can
Larry
wear the
King?
headphones like Delete Laws does, but I
Okay,
can't hear
then I need
shit.
to know. I need to know if that's my husband. Because if that's so, that's my husband.
Is your mic part of the
Okay, then
headphone?
I'll go ask somebody else.
Clowns, right?
The headphones are coming through the mic,
You
yeah.
don't have to leave. You don't have to leave.
Oh, and there.
Could that be it?
Drugs playing.
Could be. Could be.
Plain view?
Hey,
I
check
just
this
I just put my
That's
head, and it was the
Roger
same
that.
either way.
But what gives him permission to act like that? Yeah, was it in plain view? Are you sure it was in plain view?
Yeah, when it's sitting on the floorboard, you can see it.
What was it?
Well, I muted my mic for a second. Did it help? Shut down or
Let me
mute on
test.
YouTube.
No, I'm still.
See, I'm Marvel. I need your help with this shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're getting feedback. I just don't know where it's coming from.
Mute all your YouTube.
I have nothing open except for StreamYards and the video I'm playing.
I know what it is.
Would it be?
You're sharing the screen instead of sharing the window.
I'm confused.
Stop
No,
sharing quick.
All right, hang on. If I click that,
Okay. No echo now.
no echo now.
Okay. Now to share it to where there's not going to be an echo, hit the share button and then the bottom where it says share, then you're going to have choices up top. It's going to vary. You're going to have
Entire screen, window, or okay. So I want to share the window or what?
Are you showing the video through window or Chrome tab?
I think I'm playing a straight YouTube video.
Okay, is it through a or do you use Chrome or do you use Microsoft Edge?
I'm using Edge right now.
It still should go through Chrome now.
Do you have a Chrome tab option at the top?
No, entire screen, window, or Microsoft Edge tab.
Okay, do the Microsoft Edge tab.
Okay. Click
Then click on. Make sure the share audio tab down on the bottom left is keyed.
Okay.
And click on the video. The video should be lifted in that. All right.
It plays over here.
Customary for your department to arrest people for
Is that
recording?
better?
Testing. Yep, it's fixed.
That's a legal question.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I learned something tonight.
Something I can refer you to a desk officer who's the licensed
I'm out of this whole thing. I'm
yes or no question.
That
what
would
the
be
cop said to her right
absolutely
before he
wonderful.
arrested her
It's going to be
is what I want to verify.
Oh, I got to
before
take down the number? I
Is that what were you saying?
My biggest concern with this whole arrest was what the cop said to her right before he arrested her. But I
Oh,
want to get a criminal background to verify before I.
Let's see. We can skip right to the end here.
She's doing her typical. When she
Yeah.
goes audit, she makes assumptions. It's like she knows everything why the cops are doing what, and it's usually not anywhere close to reality.
Oh, hang on a second. How come that's not sharing that anymore?
Sharing what?
The screen. I changed the screen, but it's sharing the old stuff.
Okay. It was up.
It's tab. All right, there it is. This is the end. This is on her video.
So where'd that clown go? I want to go talk to that clown that see that light up in my face. See that when I first got here, he just stayed on his horn for about a whole minute.
In about a minute,
had
you'll
all his
see her
lights
try
into
to
the camera.
push her way past the
Uh-huh.
cop and go to another cop car.
I've watched the whole thing through a couple of times already.
Let's find that fool. Oops, my gimbal's starting to die. Hang on. There it goes. Say, gimbal. Oh, it wants to die. Okay. Hang on. There we go. So it's got something leaking under this paw right here.
She never
No,
did
that's
get me. She never did find out why they were searching the car because she just assumed she knew why.
See,
Well, no. In the
648,
video,
that's the one that blared his
they
horn
tell
at.
her
So I
the
was asking
people
why
driving the
they
car
were searching the car, I was
were
asking
involved
what
in
the
an
warrant
armed
was.
robbery the night
Okay.
before. That's why they pulled them
What
over.
is this?
So the driver's in custody and they're
Somebody-
searching the car, and she was yelling, "You can't search it unless they're in custody."
Oh, God.
And when she
Somebody-
finds out they were in custody, she
Thanks for
drops
speaking,
that
Chad.
for
I
their,
appreciate
all of a
that.
sudden you have to have a warrant or permission.
Where are the cards?
No, not when they're under arrest
That's right.
with probable cause.
You're not surrounding having sex with your kids, are you?
What?
You're not having any more sex
Right
with
there.
kids, are you? Like you did when you were a teacher?
Where'd you hear
Back
that?
it up about 10 seconds.
That's what I heard. Is that true?
What do you think?
Hang on.
Where are the cards? That's right. These people.
Carolina, you're not surrounding having sex with your kids, are you?
What?
You're not having any more sex with kids, are you? Like you did when you were a teacher?
Where'd you hear that?
You're not having sex with kids like when you were a teacher? I never
Yes.
heard that. The cop actually said that to her?
Yeah.
I want to
yeah.
verify that that's true before I go out and do a video on it.
Listen to that again.
Oh yeah.
That's right. These people.
Carolina, you're not surrounding having sex with your kids, are you?
What?
You're not having any more sex with kids, are you? Like you did when you were a teacher?
Where'd you hear that?
And
He
she
did
laugh?
say it. He did
Did
say
you hear
it.
that defensive giggle? She's
I
like,
do. I do not want to promote this as a fact until
it's litigated. Yeah.
Yeah. Just one officer's word
But
doesn't really mean much, but
taking it at face value, I'm gonna call it a spade a spade.
I'm going to err on the side of caution, not to go too fast, too far with it until verification.
Hey,
What?
an
You're not having more sex
accusation
with kids, are you?
could be,
Like you did when you were a
very
teacher?
credible
Sex
one.
with your kids, are you?
What?
You're not
Cops
having more
know
sex
about
with
it.
kids, are you? Like you did when you were a teacher?
wow, she
that
got
hurt.
called out.
Dude, that hurts.
Um, if that's true, it's one more sexual predator in the
See,
frauditor playground.
I thought they all were.
No, there's actually some good cop watchers out there.
Cop watching is different than auditing.
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 There's good
cop-
auditors too.
Oh, okay. See,
Sure,
cop watching
but
is
there
standing
is-
at a distance, and the cops don't know you're there, and you're filming them. That's when
Yeah,
you
well,
catch them doing shit.
I define cop watchers and auditors separate from frauditors. Frauditors are the same whether they're cop watching or for auditing. They're doing it for fraudulent reasons, not knowing what the hell, making the shit up from YouTube University.
Right, and they want a reaction.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this whole video she's making shit up.
Yep.
Where'd you hear that?
That's what I heard. Is that true?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Can you believe
gotta
that?
back up.
If
Oh.
it, oh,
Back
Hey,
up.
wait, I'm falling. Hang
Back
on.
up.
This is where she pushes back on him.
yep. And Marvel Girl and Mystery Softset Theater. If y'all want to mirror my video on Dr. Dave, you got my permission. The more people that hear his shit, and because you can't dispute the words coming out of his mouth.
No.
Nah, Dr. Dave. I've never liked. I actually the first couple of videos I saw, I did, but then I saw him going down the frauditor hole.
He acts just like a frauditor on throwing out strikes and doing underhanded deviant deviant shit behind.
Does he actually strike people? Because anything
Yes.
on any of my
Oh,
channels,
yeah.
I've never struck anybody, and I don't plan on it.
He just struck Combat Wombat for using. Combat Wombat says 12 seconds of his video.
Right. And when he got confronted, he actually said, "I don't answer questions."
Yep, you got to watch
He
Combat
actually
Wombat.
said that twice. I was like, wow.
You got to watch Combat Wombat's video, and then I did a breakdown of the video when he kicked fucking Irish Demon while he was down.
Yep. We're not taking that lightly.
And
Hey there, Lawler's Corner. What's up?
once we finish this, I can pull up Combat Wombat's video if you want to take a peek.
Yeah, there's not really much of this. I was going to splice in. The only thing I had left is when Freeman was clogging up and having people mass call the police department, and he gave them the non-emergency number, which goes to 911 operators anyway, and clogged up the 911 system when the 911 operator was saying, "Hey, I got other calls," and he's like, "No, you need to talk to me."
Did
When
he actually put out the word to do a mass call?
He put up like 15 phone numbers and was laughing that he couldn't get through because so many other people were calling.
I wish they would start prosecuting these fools for that shit.
No shit.
But it's rough for them to do it, though.
Now, during her video, she actually makes a comment that if there was an emergency, she wouldn't be able to get through, and that's because Freeman's over there clogging up the lines.
No, you're warm up on the film. You just get the film right over here. We're fuck over there.
I want to go over there and talk to that guy.
You gotta sit right over there.
When's the last time you had sex with a
I've
kid?
already told you.
When's the last time you had sex with kids, is what she asked the cop.
Yep.
Probably not, since you're the one having sex with kids.
Yeah. But it's a typical frauditor comment when you're confronted with their crimes. Well, when was the last time you...
When's the last time you broke the law like I did? Never.
Not going to say the cop probably never broke any laws, but
I'm pretty sure he didn't break that one.
he didn't. Well, I'm not going to say diddle kids. You don't know how old they were.
Well, the officer said she yeah. I don't know.
I've already told you to walk over and you didn't move.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Stop
about?
resisting
I didn't
arrest.
do anything.
Stop resisting
I
arrest.
didn't do anything. I didn't. Ow! Ow! God damn it! I didn't do
Stop
anything.
resisting arrest.
I didn't do anything. Hey, I didn't do anything.
Stop resisting arrest.
I didn't do anything. Oh my god!
He wasn't doing anything.
Oh my god! What are y'all doing? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Oh my god!
I just walked up on a crime scene and just obeyed direct orders. Oh, no.
Captain, the guy did that. I didn't do anything.
You have anything on you that's illegal?
Well, that's about it. That's where she gets hung up.
Yeah, that's it from her video.
Yeah, well, the female cop just took over there, so yeah.
Oh, let's see. How do I do this? I'm trying to share your screen now, Hank.
Yep.
And I'm new
This
at
is
this.
Combat Wombat. I want to address a few things that have come up in the last few days. A few days ago, I posted a video that consisted
Oh, wait,
of a
it's
clip
not showing,
of
is it?
1% of the video posted by Dr. Dave,
Yeah,
the
it is.
beer professor.
What?
It's showing.
I believe this clip summarized very well the nature of the video that Dave made about Irish Demon having to move out of his house. I didn't add any editorialization because I believe the words spoke for themselves. I believe that using 1% of a longer video in order to summarize an issue is legitimate fair use. Dave has declared I'm on his shit list for putting up stuff about him, even though in my video I made no comment about him whatsoever. Here's what Dr. Dave said about it.
Yeah, yeah. Love your stream. Yeah, he loved your stream. He loved it long time.
Combat Wombat. Uncle Audie wants to know about Combat Wombat. Strike.
What about him?
Answer up on the copy strike you just put on Combat Wombat.
He's on my list too. All you guys are on my S list. Hey, you know what? If you put stuff up about me, I'm going to take it down. How, you know, what else can I tell you? I'm going to find a way to take it down. I pay people to do that.
Right there. He pays people to take down.
Wow, that sounds like a
flagrant
challenge.
That is a flagrant violation of TOS.
Bye, Dave. We'll see you around, buddy.
I need to get with Combat Wombat to see if he's got the original video of this to give a timestamp for that statement.
Right.
121.
Well,
is what I'm saying here on this one.
Yes,
that's
but
his original. That's his original video. Yeah.
I don't have to do that. I pay people to do that.
The next issue I want to address is today
now, this
calling
is what turns my fucking
LGBT
stomach
people
is the rest of the video.
as one of the hundreds of millions of LGBT people on the planet. I'm used to hearing these sort of attacks, and I think it just says more about Dr. Dave than it does about me. On January 23, 2022, Dave did apologise for a statement he made 5, 6, 7 years ago about transgender people being confused about which bathroom to use. Now, I will say here that there are aspects of this apology that are genuinely remorseful, and I'll give Dave kudos for that. But there's also a lot that's very problematic as well. The video that Dave's apologising for was made 5, 6, 7 years ago, so that would be between 2015 and 2017. He says that he knew it was wrong then, and that he apologised back then for it. Unfortunately, Dave started his apology by saying he's the victim.
The videos I'm talking about is when
and Dave is going out. He's making the claim that these videos are doctored videos. These aren't the words coming out of his mouth.
Right.
But they match pretty close to what he's saying to me.
Yeah.
I never said that until you're blue in the face, but you're caught on video.
Yeah. I've watched his mouth during this whole thing. If somebody did doctor it, they did some NSA level bullshit doctoring on this.
I've never seen that level before. Because
they manipulated them
lips. Was coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
It must have gave him implants or something.
Buries the LGBTQIAA community. Now, if you don't know what those extra letters are, you should look them up. Anyway, I'm ashamed of those videos. I am ashamed. They were made 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I uploaded them to my spare channel, which eventually was taken down by the copyright kings, Patty Cakes and Glenn Serio. They teamed up and took down my channel. Not only one channel, but 2 channels they took down.
Oh, Patty's been going crazy about my channel. He's actually emailing people that I use their content and have permission to, trying to get them to strike
gender
me.
confused people.
What was that?
Patty's been going crazy trying to get my channel taken down. He's actually emailing. He emailed Simon, let me know that he got an email from Patty trying to get my channel taken down. He wants Simon to strike me.
It's probably not Patty. Well, if Patty throws a strike, it's not Patty, it's his mom, because...
Wait, I'll show you in a minute. His mom got tired of striking me because I said I was going after her hotel, which is why my next video coming up is sponsored by her hotel. She won't strike me anymore. Patty, his last strike was actually from Patrick Roth.
Really?
All right.
People were so confused and out of their bloody minds that they didn't know which restroom to use when they were out in public. Now, I apologize for that video when I originally made it several years ago. I don't recall re-uploading it to my channel, but it's there. It was there, at least.
So that's all well and good. Dave says he knew it was wrong 5 or 7 years ago to post those things. So he's casting this as something he did 5 or 7 years ago that he apologized for back then and that it's all finished. However, in 2000...
A crappy excuse for an apology. Trying to make himself the victim first and then saying, I'm sorry, does not work for me.
How was that an apology?
It's not. Just like when he apologized to Irish Demon, he had to butt and then make himself the victim again.
Yep.
But I'll slap him around. I really want to.
He did the same thing with his apology to Tella Klein. He's not sorry about shit besides he's sorry that he got caught.
Yep.
2020, 2021, that's just last year, Dave started again and posted 7 anti-gay rants to his main channel. I know this for a fact because I downloaded them myself in September 2021. If he wants to give me permission, I'm happy to post them all in their entirety, but here's a sample.
By the LGBTQ community. Try to say those letters real fast sometimes. It's mind-boggling. The alphabet. I call it the alphabet.
I think I figured out why his beer tasting went to shit. Look right there.
What?
He's got Foster's beer back there.
Yeah.
Foster's beer is piss water.
Yes.
If he's supposed to be a beer connoisseur, why the hell would he have a Foster's beer up there?
Yeah. I'm drinking IPAs and bullshit.
That disease. That's what it is. It's a mental disease.
Of course, it goes without saying that when someone uses a public platform to tell everyone that everyone in the world who is gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender has a mental disease is just showing a stunning amount of ignorance about the topic. It just dumbfounds me. And this wasn't an isolated statement. Dave put up 7 videos in 2020, 2021, with similar ideas. I just find it incredible.
And we've seen them all.
And I admit, I have problems keeping up with the acronym that seems to constantly grow with them. But I look at it, it's just people.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't see a need to put them in a separate group. They're people with feelings, desires, just like everybody else. Theirs just might not match what ours are.
Live and let live. Everybody can do their own thing. Just don't force your views upon others.
Yeah.
That's really
this one's my favorite. It's something about systemic racism turning people gay. See if you can make sense of it.
You wake up one morning. I better not get into that. Gotta be careful what you say on here. I mean, it's considered hate speech these days. I don't know when the hell that happened. I woke up one morning and everything now is hate speech. Well, anyway, 16% of Generation Z identifies as LGBTQ. And just to give you an idea, the traditionalists, the people of the World War II generation, about 1.3% of those folks identify as LGBTQ. And in my generation, the baby...
World War II generation is gone.
No, there's still some of them around.
A few.
But he's spouting the numbers, how the lower numbers. might it not explain things how much they were being persecuted at that time for not being open about their preferences?
Hey, you can't say I don't get pussy on a regular basis.
Oh, nice cat, man.
Yeah, but he makes it seem like, well, just listen to what he says, and there's other explanations than what he says for the numbers.
Baby boomers, they identify 2% of themselves as being LGBTQ. So that's a dramatic increase. Now, what's behind that increase, you might wonder? Well, I'll tell you what, these kids these days are bombarded in school, on the web, everywhere, social media platforms, doesn't matter where they turn. They're bombarded with ideas of systemic racism. And I never heard that term until Hillary Clinton used it when she was running for president back in 2016. I never heard that term before she used it. Never. Recently, yeah, it's a pretty recent phenomenon to me, at least.
I've heard that term since 1992.
Racism and white supremacy. And so these kids are bombarded with these ideas all day long. And hey, look, if you're not gay or trans or bi or something like that,
yawn. What's up,
just
unclean?
a Nazi. So there's a lot of pressure on these kids to become part of the LGBT community because that's more acceptable. Ah, boy, I don't know, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, damn, he's yawning. Now I'm yawning.
Yeah,
that shit's contagious.
Yeah, it doesn't. He can't fathom that people were hiding their preferences back then because it was a threat to their longevity of life to come out in the open.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, nobody wanted to come out because everybody made fun of them, and then all of a sudden we can't make fun of them anymore.
Yeah.
At any rate, something that has nothing to do with this rant at all is, here it is right here. Oh, man, I picked this up last year. And the stock slides out here. See if I can do this. It's pretty awkward doing it in front of the camera.
What's a Caltech?
Isn't it against some policy for YouTube to show that?
It's an MP40. If it's operational MP40, yeah, you've got some YouTube guidelines you're fucking with. But if it's demilitarized MP40, there's no issues with showing it. But he doesn't say either way.
That might be a Chinese knockoff.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind owning one. But I'm not going to have the childish glee of a white supremacist look on my face as I
right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Look at that. I mean,
and I had to screenshot it because it's too good. I got to keep that one.
The fucker's sitting there with the complexion of milk toast.
Actually, he looks like a ghost.
Enjoying the shit
like
out of
he's
it.
fading off into the distance, into the afterlife itself. I don't know, man.
Here you can see the stock slides out. There you go.
And folds out,
this was
not
used
slide,
by Nazi
but
Germany.
okay.
This is an MP40. Now you can go down to your.
Here's another public post Dave made in 2018. And again, this was after he realized he was saying the wrong thing, and according to him, after he made an apology for all this stuff.
Listen.
Oh, Dave came on to Uncle Artie's panel tonight saying that anybody who cusses is uneducated. Well,
yes.
I know a double doctorate individual that cusses more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
But he is book smart and street smart.
Oh, definitely.
Listen to this carefully. I can laugh about it because I got my money back, but Somehow or another, one of my bank accounts was hacked for $1,000. Now, the reason it wasn't hacked for more is because there's a daily withdrawal limit of $1,000 on the account. And I told my bro, I said, yeah, man, you know what? I think it's one of those LGBTQIA. Try to say that, my God. Yeah, one of those genderqueer sissy faggots that needs a gender reassignment surgery. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah, so yeah, he's LGBTQIA sissy queers. They need that gender reassignment surgery, and that's how they get it. They have to steal money from people. No doubt about it, baby.
Okay.
Alrighty.
What a sick motherfucker. I'm going to go back and play this again. Pay close attention to his lips.
They match the words perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if this is a deep fake, this is some NSA level bullshit.
It's above NSA level because I've never seen anybody do it.
It was hacked for $1,000. Now, the reason it wasn't hacked for more is because there's a daily withdrawal limit of $1,000 on the account. And I told my bro, I said, yeah, man, you know what? I think it's one of those LGBTQIA. Try to say that, my God. Yeah, one of those genderqueer sissy faggots that needs a gender reassignment surgery. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah, so yeah, he's LGBTQIA sissy queers. They need that gender reassignment surgery, and that's how they get it. They have to steal money from people. No doubt about it, baby.
Now, I want to
have
interject
any
here
proof
and say,
whatsoever he's
I want
talking shit.
What's that?
Lawler's Corner. He doesn't have any proof at all. He's talking shit. Oh no, MST. My bad. Wrong person.
Yeah. It's his suspicion and his prejudice saying that.
I think it's true, so it has to be, because I've never been wrong in my life.
Yeah. I'd like to find out why he really had to stop teaching.
That's what I've always gotten from him, and that's why...
No, I doubt all of his credentials. Where did he teach? Who did he teach? What did he do? Was he a professor? Is he actually a real doctor? I don't believe any of it.
Was he an instructor at a community college?
Yeah, I mean, or was he a janitor at a community college? You know, I don't care. I just want the truth. Because whatever he's peddling isn't right.
Well, no matter what his pedigree as far as education, he's still a bigoted asshole.
Right?
Yeah.
100% support Dave's rights to say all these things online. I would much rather live in a society where people are free to say and publish what they want.
So we can laugh at him.
I agree that he has the freedom to say these things, but he's not free from the criticism for what he said.
Well, yeah.
Oh, no. You can say whatever you want, but then we can say what we want.
Consequences of your actions. Ever.
Yeah. If you're gonna be saying stuff like that, at least be fucking man enough to admit it.
But he can't.
Or human enough to admit it.
Even if I find it offensive, than to live in a censored society. I'm advocating for transparency here, not censorship. Now, I don't know where Dave gets the idea that talking about white supremacy and critical race theory turns you gay. But when I looked at his Facebook profile today, he does read and share posts from the Renegade Tribune. Now, I don't know anything about the Renegade Tribune, but when I looked up on Wikipedia, what it says about it, Wikipedia says it's a white supremacist conspiracy theory anti-Semitic media platform. So he's at least reading some stuff from this platform and sharing posts from it on his Facebook. And I support his right to do so. I'm not trying to censor it.
Hey,
If
honey,
anything, I'm
I'm live
amplifying it.
right now if you want to check it out.
Dave, if you're into this stuff, that's fine. That's what's great about America. This country allows all sorts of different views. But if this is what's informing your views about gay people, then I think you're going to be seriously misguided. So the story of Dave's apology just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. He's saying he created these posts 5 or 7 years ago and he apologized back then, but then he kept making these anti-gay posts in 2020 and 2021. So the apology he made just doesn't line up with his actions. The final issue I want to address is the behavior of Dave's moderators / panel members, in particular Saul. Saul frequently speaks for Dave in his live streams. What I'm referencing is on the screen here. I'm not going to read it. It's disgusting, it's misogynistic, and it's unacceptable. The last thing I want to say in closing is if you're a fan of Dr. Dave and enjoys content, then I think it's fine to keep watching him or whoever else you like. There are many creators for Frauditor-related content, and they all have their unique take. I did want to bring some transparency to things that touched me, while at the same time supporting Dave's right to say whatever he wants and to grow his channel in however he feels is best for him. Thanks for listening.
Oh, damn, I just got a text message. It's 4:20. I got my friends looking out for me because I lose track of time.
I think that's the end of it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Dr. Dave has always had something wrong with him.
Well.
Oh, you're on the West Coast.
East Coast.
Huh?
I'm East Coast. 4:22 here.
I'm an hour behind y'all.
Oh, I thought you said 1:20. My bad.
4:20 here.
Oh yeah, it's 4:20 here too. Florida, man. Yep, kind of crazy.
Pennsylvania, just up the coast.
Yeah, here's my video on Dr. Dave.
Oh yeah.
I thought I would go through that video and point out all the points he's being a complete douche. All right, everybody, let's sit back and look.
Today's video is going to take us to Ireland because the YouTuber Irish Demon apparently was kicked out of his home and has nowhere to live.
Dr. Douche, at what point did Irish Demon say he was kicked out of his home? And at what point did he say he had nowhere to live? Nowhere in the video, dumbass. Nowhere.
Hey, what's up,
This
Greg?
is the same Irish Demon that roasted me over the coals with his cohorts about 6 weeks ago. Maybe a little bit longer. Nothing.
How's it going, mate? Who's that going? Oh, it's me. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No, he's not on panel right now.
Don't you know that's my part-time job?
He knew anything about.
Sorry.
All right, Dr. Dumbass. At this point in the video, you let the cat out of the bag on why you made this video in the first place.
I love that cat.
Your
Kapapa.
feelings are
That's
all
great.
hurt over Irish Demon saying mean things to you when you were messing with Tella Klein. Grow up. It would have been so much easier for you to get some cream for that butt burn instead of making this video.
Now, here's Dr. Dave. Dr. Dave feels compassion for all people who have lost their homes. As a result, Dr. Dave has contributed to this idiot's PayPal account.
Well, Dr. Dickhead, in this section I want to point out two things. The only people that talk about themselves in the third person are self-absorbed punks such as yourself. Second of all, the only reason you're making this donation to Irish Demon is so you can make yourself look all high and mighty. It didn't work, dumbass.
If he still wants to talk about me, so be it. But we all reap what we sow, and I have sowed good things today, Irish Demon. Enjoy.
Dr. Dingus, yeah, you do reap what you sow. Irish Demon, for all he's sown, he's been blessed with a strong family that support him and a legion of friends who have his back. You, on the other hand, you're reaping what you've sown for being a complete jackwagon. Have fun with that.
Oh, I hope you're not waiting on me because I'm kind of busy right now. Somebody say something.
No, it's there's no sound in this portion of the video. Well, Dr. Dingleberry, you're wrong again. Irish Demon's not homeless, and he's not e-begging. He's trying to keep a little bit of traction going for his channel while he's going to be away and not able to take care of it for a few weeks. Trying to keep the analytics going. Sounds reasonable to me.
Hey guys, you might recognize this background. Obviously, this is my studio. Well, was my studio. Due to some, I guess, unreconcilable issues that we've had here at the house. Unfortunately, last night, myself and Jen had to urgently leave. So I don't have a studio at the moment. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make any videos for a couple of days.
No doubt, lad. We all reap whatever we sow. And if you recall back on January 18th of this year, you and your cronies got together and piled up on me, not knowing what was really going on. You just wanted to protect Telecline, which you don't know from a hole in the ground, nor do you know me. But you wanted to do the right thing.
You know, Dr. Dumbass, I don't know any of y'all that well. But what I do know of Telecline, Irish Demon, Team Skeptic, Combat Wombat, and others that you choose to have your little hissy fit about, well, they seem, from what I do know them, to be pretty decent folks. You, on the other hand, if I ever found you on fire, I wouldn't piss on you to put it out.
Now, let's continue with this video and see what else happens.
My main concern right now is looking after Jen. A lot went on. I will get into it at a further at a future date. In the meantime, guys, if you want to support us, support the channel, make sure and share some of those old videos. Go back and watch a few. Hit the like button, all that stuff. Consider becoming a member of our Patreon. I will be back very soon. I'm looking forward to it.
That evil bastard. He wants to take care of the woman he loves and try and keep his channel's analytics going. Wow. Get a grip, Dr. Douche.
Listen to this grown man begging for money. Oh, please watch my Patreon. Please go back and watch my old videos. Please give a thumbs up. Give a like. You remind me of PayPal Patty. That's how he got his name, begging for money on PayPal. Of course, now he's elevated. I've elevated him to Princess Patty Cakes. Maybe one day you'll be Princess Irish Demon.
Just listen to the grown-ass man cry like a little bitch because somebody said some mean words about him a couple of months ago.
Why?
Dr. Dave, you're so pathetic. I think I'm going to have to elevate you to Princess Blue Waffle.
If I were you, lad, I'd hurry up and finish that barber college stint. Yeah, because this YouTube is not cutting it for you, sweetheart.
Hold the frickin' phone. Jesus Christ. Dr. D's nuts, are you asking Irish Demon out on a date? Dear Lord, baby Jesus, what kind of grown-ass man calls another grown-ass man sweetheart?
Hello, just a girl.
Dr. Dave, grow your ass up. You're too damned old to be acting like a little child over mean words said to you months ago. Just drop it and live your damn life. Irish Demon, I'm hoping everything's going well for you and your family. if you need anything, reach out. We're there for you. And go show his channel some love. Go watch videos you might have missed. Re-watch some of his old ones. Help him keep those analytics fresh so when he does come back, he doesn't have to start back over.
Alrighty, now just in case anybody's been hit by PayPal Patty or his mommy on a copyright claim and you want to mail anything to him, let me know if this would be considered doxing.
Yes, if you're giving an address out for him.
Oh wait, damn, I did it wrong. Hang on a second.
You can give it Simon's address.
That just suck. I'm new at this.
No, I just saw Greta Thornburg and it was like, how dare you? How dare you?
Share screen.
Well, Simon, but he did nothing to
Share
you.
system audio.
And how are you, Frank? Hank? Sorry.
I'm doing well.
All right, cool. And Ark?
Hello, Greg.
Suicide is painless. Holy sh! What are we getting into?
How dare you?
Oh,
Let's be like. and I'm definitely going to get a couple of emails. But that's fine. I just mark them as spam. With the advert. With his advert. So the big.
Hey everybody, James Taylor. Today's story brought to you by Central Hotel and Suites.
That had been put through a blender, so the biggest problem with this advert is that it, well, straight up lied.
Say something classy, sassy, or yeah, just be
Definitely
you.
smart ass.
Yeah, that's you.
I don't know about the beginning. Not
Content removed by Patrick Roth. The last one was by Mommy. She won't strike me anymore. Hey, I was trying to be nice now.
It was awesome.
Remember, for special services, say hi from me, News Now Enemy.
So I'm not going to ask whether you enjoyed that video, but I do hope you found it interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.
So, what
Dude,
kind
get
of
the lash
special
out of my-
services are they offering for mentioning you? Is it like the happy ending at the end of the massage, or what?
I'm not really sure, but Selena and Patrick give excellent service. At least that's what the commercial said.
Alrighty then.
A Marvel Girl. I'm confused too, so don't worry about it.
My eyes, that thing is powerful. Point it at the ground if you want to see me. Point it at the ground. Fucking asshole. Look at this fucking asshole.
Oh, Patty is so much fun.
Did you see winter before last during the ice storm here in Texas? Patty went and harassed one of the security guards. The security guard slipped and almost fell, and Patty's laughing at him. And then Karma kicked him in the ass, and he slipped and fell flat on his ass.
Gotta love Kevin.
And then fucking Radical just looped it and showed it, had it showed him falling at least 15, 20 times.
I saw that loop. That was funny as hell.
Radical, he's cool. Hey, did anyone catch earlier tonight that bloody stupid CWF got herself arrested? And that really interesting comment from the arresting cop. As he was shooing her away from the scene, he spun around and said, "Oh, so you're not teaching anymore. You lost your job from fiddling with the kiddies, with the boys." That's what the cop said. Honestly, go and review the footage. It's
We already
what the cop
did.
said to her. Yep. I mean, wow, that is interesting. I mean, it seems like it's, not gender bias when it comes to auditors.
No.
In their predilections.
Women
was
can be
amazing.
child predators too.
Yeah, of course they
they've
can.
already
But, I mean, it just seems amazing how it's...
feeling many years ago.
All I ever want to know is where were those teachers when I was in school?
Yeah, no doubt.
Tell me about it.
No doubt.
Hot teachers. Man.
My teachers were all old and gnarly and no.
I mean, I'm suing the Catholic Church.
See, if that
was
ever
an
happened to
older
me, I wouldn't complain about it. I'd brag about it.
Yeah, and then they go to jail. But no, seriously, I'm suing the church because, man, I was an older boy, I didn't get molested. I was a Boy Scout, I didn't get molested. I went to boarding school and I didn't get bloody molested. How the fucking ugly was I? Catholic priest didn't even touch me. I'm suing them. It's discrimination.
Yeah, I guess you're going to have to be complimenting my looks because the priest had fun with me.
Oh, no, well, I'm not trying to insult you in that case. It's not what the intention of mine is. Just I was making.
No, we're all good, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I was Catholic too. Raised and
My
beaten
mom
by
used to force me to be an altar boy. Oh my God! Why am I going with a bunch of guys and dressing up in a dress?
Yeah,
nope,
in the
wasn't my
incense
style.
used to make me smell bad.
That's never an altar
I
boy.
couldn't stand this.
Nope.
And I had
I'll go to
shit
church when I need to go to church, but that was it.
All right,
I
hang on.
worked out it was all bullshit when I made a mark on the wall outside my house, going down the stairs. I made a mark for every time I committed a sin. So each time I made a mark, well, that was a bloody sin. So I ended up filling this little section of wall up. I was a little OCD when I was a kid. And then it clicked in the end that this was fucking madness and that I could do this forever and I would just never. I mean, how do you wipe it all? It was just crazy. And then I got a flogging from the nun when I questioned Jesus losing it with the bloody money lenders in the temple. And I said, oi, how come Jesus doesn't get a flogging every time he loses his temper, but I do? So I got 6 of the best for being a smart ass. And I wasn't. It was a genuine question.
The only people Patty won copyright strikes against were the people who didn't fight back because they didn't want to give Patty their information.
Right. But I found out because I actually got a hold of YouTube. Now, YouTube forwarded the copyright onto me, but the only information they'll give me is an email address. Wait, if you're taking legal action against me, I'm allowed to confront my accuser, not according to YouTube. So I don't know. I'm actually going to go through, and I was thinking about this because I have a video up on one channel that I posted it on another channel that actually my first channel says I should claim a copyright on it. So I'm thinking about copywriting myself just to see what information is forwarded.
Well, from people I've talked to that have done had successful copyright strikes on other individuals, they say you get the entire information if you're going to go through with a lawsuit. You get the name, address, and email of the individual.
Okay, so if I file a counterclaim, he got everything that I sent to YouTube? Because I don't get anything from him, so I can sue him for the false counterclaim.
Not fair, is it?
But I mean, TOS is not the legal system. It's just what YouTube says. And basically, at the end of the day, it's a private enterprise thing. And what YouTube says goes.
This
It's not law.
This is true, which is why
It doesn't matter what happens.
I'm not
in
too
court.
crazy about it.
They can.
No,
They
of
can
course
actually
not. I'm
make
saying
their own
insane
decision on
decisions
their
by
own time.
YouTube.
That's the screw job part of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's YouTube. It's TOS. It's their own system of logic, and it's based on TOS, and their interpretation of it is, right. It's not like it's an appeal system.
And Dr. Dave actually made comments on his live stream tonight that's what that go ahead and copyright strike him, or not go ahead and copyright that when he copyright strike, he gets all of their information because he's a junkie on an information junkie on having your people's personal info. He already doxed the hell out of Tella Klein.
Who's that?
Wait, who did that?
Dr. Dave.
Why? She is awesome.
Yes.
Evidently
But he's a complete shitbag. That's why.
Oh, okay, yeah. My bad. I should have thought of that.
Yeah. And that was a long drawn out thing.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get my head around it and never found out what it was all about, and don't really want to know. But you know, it seemed to blow up. It lit YouTube up for a bit, and still is. The after effects are still big felt.
Unclean hands.
And
I'm still waiting for one of those fraudsters to show up at the UPS I work at. I've invited them. I've driven there and shown the dash cam how to get to the place in case you get lost. Half the people there are subscribed to my channel, and I'd be the first one notified somebody showed up with a camera. I would have so much fun.
If you showed up,
They have my name, my address, everything. If they want to show up at my house, let them come. It'll make for a great video. I guarantee it.
I guarantee you I'd be live for that. Come big or stay home.
There will be cops involved, dogs, gunshots, probably.
Oh no, the cops would be involved because I guarantee they would get arrested. I guarantee. Bet me. I guarantee you show up at my UPS when I'm working there, you will be arrested. I guarantee it.
Well, if they copyright strike me, all they're going to get is my PO box, my channel's email address, and my lawyer's name.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're not dealing with the overly bright. These are a bunch of morons who think that TOS is the be ends and ends all, and they don't. And then they shit themselves if somebody goes, "Oh no." Crap.
Oh, they don't want your personal information to sue you. They want it to dox you on YouTube.
Yeah.
And to hold over
this
your
whole
head.
doxing things.
Use it as leverage, which is, that's good enough for me to take action against you. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to play that game, I'm not playing that game.
Our legal system's a little different. If you go to me, our legal system, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the courts for them to ask you for $50,000 cash to hand into the court, to be held in trust by the court, to cover my legal fees in case you lose. And so, unless you've got 50 grand spare, you're not suing any bucket.
They have no intention of suing anybody on YouTube.
Zero intention. It's just
of course.
For the last 9 months. For the last 9 months, Patty has had an active strike against my channel, just spreading them out. He's claimed the same video 14 times, and I finally got him to claim a different video.
Yeah, see, that's where TOS falls over.
Yeah. It really should. That's
repeatedly keep making these
it is a violation of TOS to make false claims, and making the same claims on the same video 14 times should be.
That should be enough.
Yeah, but then look at it from YouTube's perspective. Those blokes are gold for them. They generate ad revenue. They have lots of subs. They bring lots of people to YouTube to watch, and they can play lots of ads and charge lots of people lots of money. And you want them to take them down.
YouTube doesn't care about anybody under 1 million subscribers.
Well,
They really
let-
don't.
They call it unbridled capitalism.
It's going to take
that's
somebody
what's
suing YouTube when their personal information got doxxed, when their personal information is leaked by YouTube's policy.
Yep, and somebody with a shitload of money to take on YouTube too.
I can think of a few lawyers who'd be willing to do it just for their frustrations themselves. with YouTube.
Yeah, just for
Point
shits
them
and
in my
giggles.
direction. I'll do it. I will do it because I was doxxed flat out. My family too.
Honestly.
I'll jump right in there. You know.
I don't think I have been yet, but I guarantee if anybody ever did, I can find out where they live through my work.
Oh, I can too. I know real estate agents. They're better than the CIA.
Well, you know how the USPS...
Depends on how you buy the property.
You know how the United States Postal Service has a name and address for everybody? So does UPS. If you've ever ordered something, I got your address.
Oh, yes, you do. And tell by the way, tell your drivers.
They're not my driver. Not
Not
my. I got nothing to do with drivers. I got nothing to do with drivers. Don't go there.
Stop. In that case, stop reading my bloody mail, you little pervert.
Oh, but yours is so good, though. It's just enjoyable.
I know, it's juicy, bro.
It is. Oh, my God. I got off the other day on that one. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Hey, my FedEx driver is awesome. She comes and delivers my packages and brings 2 huge dog biscuits for my pups every time.
Oh, yeah. They're great.
I love. There's great. I have the best delivery drivers ever. Like UPS,
I'm the furniture
USPS,
business. We
everybody.
move people's crockery and dishes and stuff, and they always write fragile on the cards. And I love spinning around.
I never get a.
You know,
I never get a see
fragile is
the.
Latin. Kick it to me.
I never see the delivery drivers.
The United States Post Office, on the other hand, actually jammed a box, and I have them on video, punching the box to get into my mailbox, which destroyed my mailbox.
I had a client walk into the back of the truck while I got down on my bum and was kicking both sides of one of his cartons to get it into the space in the truck. And he walked in my office, I'm kicking the shit out of it, and I've gone,
He was too lazy to walk to the door. He had to drop it off at the street.
My security cameras out by the road caught the postal driver clipped my neighbor's mailbox, knocked it down, sees that he knocks it down, pushes it back up to where it was, but it wasn't good. The wind knocked it back over about half hour after he set it back up. No note left, nothing. Just put it back up and drove off like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's your morning drunk.
Now, Mrs. News Now Enemy, if you write fragile on it, we actually treat it with care at UPS. The post office, I couldn't tell you.
One of my favourite pranks is getting a fragile carton and packing it with paper and leaving it on the tailboard of the truck and then coming in and just booting the thing for all I'm worth off the back of the truck, screaming at the offsider, I told you not to leave things in my bloody way! And you just watch the client die, man. It's bloody awesome. It is as funny as shit when you open the carton up and show them the paper. They just call you for everything. It's awesome.
I sent a brick in a package marked fragile.
Yeah.
Well, they do break.
That
right,
package
only on every carton they put on the bottom.
Yeah, I mailed it to myself.
You bloody moron!
It
Fragile.
and going from the post office I dropped it to down to Austin, up to Waco, back to my area to be delivered. And then when it got delivered to me, that package was tore the fuck up.
Yeah, I can imagine people would have been getting quite peeved with your fragile.
They didn't know. They didn't know what the hell was in it. It was a package weighing a couple of pounds that was marked fragile.
Yeah, and then when you dropped it, it goes thunk, and you think, "Hello, someone's having a lend to me." Imagine how many parcels you crushed in those deliveries.
And this is why I don't buy anything
Got a
from
brick on
Harvard
top of
Freight.
everyone's fragile stuff. Someone sent a watch to his grandmother, and you've just dropped a brick on the lens. Oh, Hank,
Hey, not my fault because they didn't treat a fragile package.
Oh, look, if you ever seen airline baggage handlers throwing your shit into an aircraft, honestly,
yeah.
Nothing scares you after that. Just pack your shit properly and it won't get broken. Just pack it with the assumption that the person who's going to pick it up is just working for $1, X dollars an hour and really doesn't give a fuck about your shit. So, just be real. Pack it properly.
Well, the last time I flew with my golf clubs, the airline had to buy me a new set.
I lost my dog once until I found them out the back throwing a stick for him to fetch. I was really pissed off. I panicked something chronic when I got there and the dog cage was empty. I'm going, where's my fucking dog? I mean, you lost the missus, I wouldn't have got so angry. But the dog, fuck you, I'm going to kill you. And then
I'm taking that
one. Laughing out the back and I walk out and the bastards are throwing a stick for him. New morals. What are you doing, big dog? Oh, he's so friendly.
It wasn't the dingo, was it?
Oh, he was my first thing. He was great until I'd point at you and go, the C word. And that was his attack word.
See you next Tuesday?
Was rude.
Yeah.
But he also had a leave word, which stopped him from completing the attack, if I said it quickly enough. But he was a well-trained dog. It's what I did for a living back in those days. Attack train shepherds and doves and shit. Good fun. Love them. Excellent animals, very intelligent, and also very dangerous. But better than a gun. You pull the trigger on a gun, you can't call the bullet back. I send my dog in to attack you, I can call him off just before he rips your face off.
Yeah, if your dog listens, I can do the same thing with mine.
Yeah. Very effective at reducing humans to fucking compliant creatures.
Well, that's what my
Doggy
dog
going
is.
nom noms. And if it's a dingo, their mouths open a little wider than the average dog, and they've got some big ass teeth. And when they're going off, they're scary.
Angel picked off a couple coyotes in the last few weeks.
Ooh,
she chases them down, grabs them by the back of their neck, and just runs them right into the dirt. Goes for the throat. It's game over.
Yeah, the dings have got their own crazy ass hunting habits, but they're super fast, super quick. Like they can run a pig down, and they'll take it down. They're the best pest control we've got in Australia, and we're killing them in their thousands every month because the farmers regard them as a pest because they'll eat the odd sheep or cow. But
there has to be a balance.
The pest animals are wiping out all our wildlife, the cats and the foxes and the wild pigs and the camels and the water buffalo, and the only thing that controls them, and they've proven it. There are a few stations that have a family of dingoes living on their station, and their feral population is 0. They lose a couple of sheep, but it's better than what they're losing to the rabbits, the foxes, the pigs, and all the other nasty cats in particular. And wild dogs. They won't muck with wild dogs. They'll kill them unless it's a bitch. Then that's another story. But if it's a male, they're just going to kill it. They're mean, but they're gorgeous. They're beautiful. They're very loyal. Very friendly if you're right, Joel. If you do them wrong, holy shit. They do not forget. They're very vindictive. Like, Mice gets pissed off with me, so he'll go and find something of mine and destroy it. It is direct, it's in your face, and he'll look you in the eyes.
It's like, Dad, I just did this because you did that.
Yeah, you pissed me off. Aha. You're there going, you bastard. But if you do any more, he's just going to do more. So,
Jamie,
Cool.
I wouldn't say unsubscribe. Just take it with a grain of salt when you're watching Dr. Dave.
He was much worse. The channel before this one, I unsubbed from him because it was so racist and so crap. But this one, so far, all I've seen him doing is the auditing shit, and he doesn't do too bad a job. I like his sarcasm, but then I'm a sarcastic bastard. But you know, I like it. It drips out of him. But, if he's condescending, definitely. He's up himself, definitely.
Hey, Jamie, it's a personal decision whether you unsub or not.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna watch him, know the truth. If you can live with it, that's up to you.
Yeah, I know he's a racist.
Make sure your eyes and ears are
I
open.
like the way he rips into auditors. Anyone who rips into the auditors, I like it. Yeah, as long as he doesn't.
Yeah, but that he's ripping into people that aren't auditors.
Oh, look, I reckon that was two alleged grown men reduced to being grudge-ridden children. And
Okay, which one? Taylor Klein, Combat Wombat?
No. Demon and this whole Demon and bloody Dr. Dave bullshit. It's two.
Yeah, my biggest problem with that, he
children
waited
having
until man was down.
A grudge match. Both bad-tempered, both stubborn, and both say stupid shit. Personally think
Irish Demon hadn't mentioned Dr. Dave since back on January 18th.
What's his name's panel?
Huh?
Well, there was that earlier incident when he was on what's his name?
Team Skeptic.
Okay,
that was almost 2 months prior.
Too. And then they had this big dust up, and then grudge-bearing Dave came and had a crack at Irish. And Irish, being an Irishman, they're bad-tempered buggers, and they carry grudges. And then it's a back and forth, and it gets going anywhere, and it's just childish. You know, I have dust-ups with people on YouTube all the time, and then I see them later, and I go, "G'day."
Yeah, if he would have been going after Irish Demon at other times, I wouldn't have had that much heartburn over it. But if he waits till he thinks he's been evicted and gonna take victory laps and play his bullshit, it's a whole different ballgame.
It was childish and just stupid. And then Irish's reaction to it was equally childish and silly.
No,
it wasn't.
It
was
just
his reaction was perfectly justified.
But I mean, it's gone on since then. It just exploded, and more people got sucked into the vortex. And to me, the vortex itself was based on childish men bearing grudges against each other and having snots at each other on YouTube. Yeah, let them have a crack at each other. I don't care, but a young bloke, making ridiculous physical threats to a 60-plus or 70-year-old man offends me. Even if it is just virtual and it's on YouTube and it's all crap, it's just silly shit. Shouldn't happen. And it makes this whole community of the auditing community look just as silly as the auditors fighting each other.
Oh, it's always funny to watch that, though.
Sorry?
It's always funny to watch that, especially when they leave their cameras on and talk candidly.
yeah, true.
Bunch of dumbasses.
The dueling cameras. It's priceless. But I mean, we don't have to sink to their level. Move on.
Well, look at the timing that he came out with his reply.
Oh, yeah, he definitely timed it well.
I'm referring to
realize that Dave was sweet. Dave wasn't.
Greg, I'm talking.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are.
I was talking to Mystery Science Theater, Subset Theater.
Oh, sorry, Mystery Subset.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, he didn't explain him that well at the beginning, but look at what was going on. He just had to move out of the home he was in, had to get situated in a different location. The stress levels is high because of tensions in the family.
Oh, yeah. Family fighting. Man, I just went through the same shit. Had a big dust up with my son-in-law and tossed his ass
Right,
out.
but Dave lied. Dave made up facts to fit his narrative, and I don't appreciate that either. He said he got kicked out of his house. No, he did not get kicked out of his house.
He came
He said he
across
had nowhere to live. No, he could have. He had every place to live. It didn't matter at that
Well, he
point.
just moved
He
out
had to
where he
leave
lived.
suddenly because of family issues.
Yeah, and it's
And then
stressful.
everybody,
I've
Dave
been
and
through it
everybody
myself.
else jumped on him about,
Yeah.
renter's insurance and all this crap. And it's like,
Yep, and I was pretty.
nobody actually
I
knew the
avoided
real
YouTube.
story.
I was stressed, I was cranky, and I avoided YouTube like the plague in getting on lives or commenting because I was going through the exact same shit. Big family dust up. There's nothing worse. It's stressful. And the worst thing you can do is come and bring it on YouTube. You're just going to.
I will agree with that. That's probably the worst thing you can do is bring it to YouTube.
Yep.
Or
You're just
anywhere
asking to get it kicking. And, people are going to launch. And just like everything on YouTube, it's going to polarize. It's going to be one mob that agrees and one mob that disagrees. It's YouTube. It's not worth stressing over.
Not until it manifests into threats of
Which it
physical
has.
harm and other things like that. Then it has to be taken seriously.
Right. If it gets to the stage someone shows up on the doorstep, well, that's what the law's for.
Or it manifests into an asshole admitting paying people to go to take people's channels down.
Yeah. See, here we've got some really good internet laws. And you can face a wonderful thing called menacing or harassing using a public carriageway, which YouTube is a public carriageway. Any internet connection is a public carriageway. And we actually have laws against it. And the police have a internet squad. And their job is to run around and hammer assholes on the internet that we have within the jurisdiction of Australia.
Maybe it works in Australia.
It does.
Doesn't work too well
to
here.
a degree. But, I mean, like,
They have
if
cyber
you start
divisions,
making
but they don't.
physical threats on YouTube here
So
in
many
Australia,
laws.
that is an offence. The police will come and they will arrest you. And you will either go to jail or you will spend a long time at Her Majesty's pleasure in a loony bin.
Taking away income by taking channels down is a viable threat, but the police ignore it.
Well, if the person who took you down lived in Australia and he did it repeatedly, then you could go to the Australian Federal Police and say, hey, this arsehole's harassing me on the internet. And then they would investigate. And if he breached the law as it's laid out under that act, which is very easy to do, just keep
you can take
doing the same dumb shit. And
you can take the simpler road and let everybody you can on YouTube know what this asshole's doing and let them make their own minds up.
Yeah, but he didn't do it well. He did it angrily, and he did it when he was stressed. It's never going to look good. He made some silly statements. Oh, hello, beautiful black dog. What's his name?
Yes, you're being attacked by a shadow.
This is Tasmania.
Tasmania, a Tassie devil, eh?
He's the
Right,
Tasman.
Carlo, has he got a blaze on his chest?
Oh, sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. You can't see it.
Oh,
Sit up.
yeah, I just saw the tip of it. Yes, he is a Tassie devil, isn't he? Except he's missing the nasty fangs and that noise. You've never heard anything like it. I mean, you think that thing you see on Walt Disney's reel, that ain't a Tassie devil when you hear
No. He's got a serious underbite.
Yeah. Hello, gorgeous. Oh, how old's he?
I want a honey badger.
About 3.5.
Oh, he's gorgeous. He is gorgeous. Oh, look at him.
I haven't locked the door in my house in over a year.
I took Ding for the first time yesterday out Western Queensland while camping. Oh, man, you've never seen a more excited animal. He was in his own home territory, and he was so super keen. It was awesome reaction. This morning I woke up to find him standing erect and rigid because a mob of kangaroos were bouncing across the road down further. And he just wanted to go on the hunt. Of course, he couldn't let him.
So he saw kangaroos hopping, so he got so excited he's erect, huh?
Oh, no. He was just, like a pointer. He was just that rigid, death stare.
I'm just playing with words.
Every ounce of his body was concentrated on these roos. It was incredible to watch him, and he looked so ding. I was wrapped. I'm going, no, you cannot eat the kangaroos.
And there's my puppy.
Mrs. Enemy,
he's
if you're
gorgeous.
talking about Dave, I agree.
He's a cutie.
That's Angel. He's a
I
sweetie.
do like a floppy ear. I love sitting there just rubbing it. That's my stress relief, is rubbing the dog's ear.
And my avatar is my service pup.
Yeah, he's gorgeous too. I have seen him. He's lovely.
Yeah, he's out cold. You might hear him snoring now and then.
Yeah. Regrettably, Ding did a no-no and now has to live in a separate house to me. So I can only go and visit him and take him out camping until I train him up to be less antisocial.
Oh.
He went a wee fluffy dog and regrettably a dingo only takes one bite and it's all over. So yeah, I was 1 second too late to save it. And yeah, so it's cost me thousands of dollars so far. A council investigation, which so far I've stymied with the old, I refuse to answer any questions. Which brought me enough time to secret the dog away into a hidden location outside the jurisdiction of my city council, which has not impressed my council no ends, who no doubt will pursue me with criminal charges for allowing the dog to escape the house and kill another. Grievous bodily harm, for crying out loud, is what they wanted to charge my dog with. And I'm going, yeah, you want to kill my dog, and if you see it, you're going to kill it, and it's not going to happen. And so, yeah, I just stomped on it and went, no, sorry, out of here. And now he's no longer in the Brisbane jurisdiction. He's no longer my dog. And they can go take a fly. And they go, oh, you have to tell us where he went. I went, oh, somewhere in New South Wales, from what I understood. They didn't actually tell me.
Oh, sorry, I don't have the information to give you.
Yeah, if I don't know, I can't tell you. And I loved it best. They spun around. They said, but last time we hear you said it was your daughter's dog. And I said, I call all young women daughter. I said, it's just a creepy old man thing I do. And they were two young women. So they, by the time they stopped wetting themselves laughing, they went, all right, well, you're not going to answer any questions, are you? And I'm going, no, I'm not. I'm not going to help you in your investigation. I've done everything. It's not my dog. It's not registered to me. It's no longer in the Brisbane area. It's no longer a threat to our citizens or to public safety in any shape or form. Nothing to do with me. And yeah, they had to accept it on the chin and walk away. I might cop a fine. I might not. And here we've got a great thing called Spur. If you cop a fine, you let it go through to the keeper. You just don't pay it. And it goes to a state penalties enforcement register. And they'll take $40 a fortnight out of whatever you get, unemployment, or if you're working, they'll take $40 a fortnight out until you pay the fine off. So it's called just letting it go through the keep. Yeah, it's easier than, lumping up a whole heap of cash at once. And there's no going to jail for not paying your fines or bullshit like that. And you can convert it to community service if you're really silly. But I mean, I refuse to work for free.
Damn, MST, are you saying Zebra hit you with 17 strikes at the same time?
Wow.
That's what it sounds like.
Did you get taken down?
I know
Would you
SD got hit with dozens of strikes at one time from 4 different people.
Yep.
Wow. Does that get you taken down?
Well,
it got him taken down while he fought them. He won all of them.
But you get taken down on the spot until you...
He was down for 2 weeks.
Wow. That's a loss of...
Wasn't the channel still there, but he couldn't upload anything more?
Right. Plus, being that he couldn't throw out content, his analytics got jacked.
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks of no activity, your analytics, you got to start back over from scratch as far as getting like my videos get zero traction out there because YouTube doesn't suggest me to anybody because I don't have analytics yet. I don't have a track record for them to push me.
My last live, someone played 16 seconds of a song. I didn't even hear the bloody thing. And I got we're not monetizing this video. And I'm thinking, well, it's not monetized anyway.
Usually it's 30 seconds, but
Jesus,
okay.
really?
If it's the right couple of seconds, it doesn't matter.
It was 16 seconds of some song about you are sexy or something, and I'm just going, what the hell? I didn't even hear it. So I just went mute for the 16 seconds. You know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know?
That, or you can sometimes take the song out, which makes the audio weird. I got the one video.
Suddenly everyone's talking, and then it goes quiet for 16 seconds.
It's better just to mute it.
Well, I got the video where Patty was getting the light shining in his eyes, and I put the Man for Man in there, and the 2 sets that I didn't change the pitch to actually got claimed, and I had to mute that.
Yeah. I did a par. I played an Australian Broadcasting Corporation 1970s TV series clip. That got red flag.
You see, I could play that here and get away with it, but you can't. And you can probably get away with playing stuff from here, and I can't.
That's the government. The government. They do not fuck around.
The only time I get hit with that so far is a memorial video I put out. I used a copyrighted song, and I got the notification that I wasn't going to be able to I wasn't going to be able to monetize it, and I never intended to monetize it. Even if I was to be monetized, that video wouldn't be monetized.
The good old copyright claim. Yeah,
I know
it don't matter.
Yeah, it just looks really bad taste to me to do a memorial video and leave it monetized. Or try to leave it monetized.
No. That's the insanity of TOS, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a random thing, let alone that a computer and an algorithm is working half of it out, or more than half of it out. So
the one I got called on, I played the whole damn song.
Yeah, that's a no.
No, it was a copyright claim. It wasn't a strike.
No.
So
copyright claim. Yeah.
If I ever got monetized and put that video to monetize, the artist that I used his material would have gotten paid for it. But I don't plan on ever being monetized.
Look, if they monetize me, they're mad.
Unless I ended up getting enough subs that the paychecks would be worth.
You have to get a lot of subs to make any money in this game.
I'm
check out the comments. CFW is going in front of the magistrate already.
Oh, good.
That was just a few hours ago. She's probably hitting the 6 a.m. over there.
Oh, she'd be pissed.
It's 4 in the morning in Fort Worth.
A great time to be getting let out of the cells, but then that young bloke that she's banging will be probably there to pick her up. Or one of her insane followers. She's got plenty of them. I mean, she's making decent coin out of this guy.
Yeah, they could have 6 a.m. arraignments. You have no idea.
Well, they do try and get the arraignments in first thing in the morning before the rest of the docket fills up. Get the prisoners out before doing...
Get the drunks out. Normally here, it's the drunks get done first, and the drink drivers get done last. They like to make you sweat in the cells, teach you proper that you're going to end up in the shit if you get caught again.
Well, the arraignments, all they try and get them through before the courts go on to the scheduled hearings.
Well, here
Whether
you go.
they're going to be
From the
held
police cells to the
or they're going to
magistrate.
be released or whatever. Yeah.
And it's just a preliminary. They just sit there and go, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean they.
No, I want to seek legal advice, and they go, all right then.
Unless they run into somebody on the trying to use a soft sit script, they run through them. They run through the arraignment pretty damn quick.
Yeah, we had.
It's not a hard It's not a hard process.
For, terrorism here, and they were of the Islamic faith, and they were plotting an active attack on one of our military bases. And the AFP and AGO and everyone else got wind of it, and so they arrested the silly buggers, and they took them before the magistrate, and they refused to stand when the magistrate came in. Their supporters in the court refused to stand when the magistrate came in, so they immediately got taken off back to the cells, and everyone in the court was tossed out on their heads. And then they called them back in, and they still refused to stand, so they just sent them back to the cells. And then once a day, they brought them up and said, you know, the magistrate walked in, you don't stand up, nothing's going to happen.
The ones that didn't, the ones that were there in the gallery that refused to stand. Luckily, they didn't get scooped up and thrown in jail along with their friends.
Oh yeah, no. They're not here. We try our damnedest not to give these buggers any extra publicity or martyrdom. And so their followers are just put on the list, and our intelligence services are an evil bunch of buggers. They've got, you know, that wiretapping laws are quite lax for them here, especially when it comes to terrorism. We have a star chamber where you can be arrested, taken before locked up, held indefinitely without a solicitor under the Terrorism Act. And then you'll be fronted before a magistrate without a solicitor, or even with a solicitor. Even if you get a solicitor, the solicitor can't tell anyone what you've been charged with, or that you've been arrested, or that you're in jail or not in jail. And when you get released, you can't tell anyone. If you do, that's an offence and you'll go to jail. That's the star chamber. And you must answer questions. You do not have the right to plead the fifth. You must answer all questions asked to you by the court. Simple as that. You don't have a right. Not in the Star Chamber. Not when it comes to the Terrorism Act.
Yep.
The laws are draconian.
I guess the lesson learned in that one is don't do actions that can be conceived as terrorism.
Oh shit!
Really?
Man, it'll land bad. But then it can be used wrongly too. There's a case here of a journalist, a YouTuber, but he's originally legit journalist, and he takes on our political system in the government. And he was chasing the Premier of New South Wales. It was a corrupt bastard. And he was on his case all the time, you know, and he was a funny fellow, comedian, journalist, and he'd go up and do all sorts of crazy shit to the Premier. And the Premier got onto the Fixated Persons Unit, which is a special unit in the New South Wales Police acting under the Terrorism Act. And they went out and arrested the producer of the Friendly Geordies YouTube channel, and the producer was arrested. And Geordie was also charged with all sorts of crazy stalking offences under the Terrorism Act. And it all went to the courts and got thrown out on its ear. But that is the dark side of that whole draconian anti-terrorism bullshit. But after, you know, the shooting here at the Lint Cafe and these morons about to launch an attack on one of our largest military bases, the government just went, no.
Heck, that's like Steven Crowder getting arrested and called a domestic terrorist and sent to Gitmo. For real.
Right?
What he just described is exactly that. And guess what? It's here.
It does have a chilling effect on protests to the government. But then, like with the Friendly Geordies, they did the right things. They got the correct barristers, and they won through at the end. But if you didn't have their resources, where would you be right now? You'd be sitting in a jail cell. That's the worrying bit. Like him being a legit journalist meant that the journalist union and all that crap got involved. And that meant, you know, top-ranking barristers were on their defence. Yeah. You and I, not a chance. We're going to jail.
Yep.
That is scary. But it's, you know, you can understand it too. I mean, it's quite justifiable. Terrorism's terrifying, hence the word.
Well, that's why they named it that
how
way.
do you deal with it?
That's why they named it that.
Yeah, it is to provoke fear.
Until you get people watering it down like they've done with words like racist, Nazi.
Well, you know, I mean, the racist bit in Islam is that we generally assign Islam to the Middle East. Yet the largest Islamic nation in the world is 70 miles to the north of Australia. Indonesia is the largest Islamic nation in the world. So you wouldn't regard them as Middle Eastern. Yet we all had this concept that that terrorist dudes wearing tea towels on their heads and in long flowing robes. Mind you, Indonesia.
I'm referring to how people like to, just because you don't agree with them, they call you a racist. It's really watered down the accusation of racism.
Well, yeah, the Bali bombing, where an Islamic terrorist group, Indonesian Islamic terrorist group, picked Bali, which used to be, and still is, except for the COVID, the playground of Australians going overseas. Everyone goes to Bali and they act like arseholes when they're there. They get blind drunk. They piss off the locals. And so it's not too hard to get hatred for us over there. And, you know, we're white, so we stand out. Well, most of us are white. And we stand out, and our accents. And we're arrogant when we're overseas. The ugly Australian abroad, it's just like the ugly American abroad. You know, arrogant, loud. You're a long way from home, so you think you can do shit that you would not do at home. And, yeah. And so, you know,
or you think you can do stuff that you would be able to do at home, but
yeah,
the country you're in doesn't. Their customs and laws don't agree.
Yeah, and I mean their custom being Islamic is, you know, Bali is sort of like a special area where, you know, drinking, drugs, and debauchery are commonplace, but that goes against the majority of Indonesian people's culture and morals. And so they have a deep hatred for us. And this Islamic group decided that they would bomb a nightclub full of Australians, killing many, and wounding and mutilating heaps more, including innocent Indonesian people as well. And, you know, that's when we started taking terrorism seriously. And we went all out. The government went all out and brought in insane laws like there's like this entire conversation, everything on this channel has been recorded by the Australian Federal Police and is held for 5 years in macro data. And there's this massive database that the government holds. All phone conversations, all internet communications, all emails, all that shit. It's all recorded and held for 5 years.
Well, in that case, I'm going to have to say, hey, what's going on, buddies?
Yeah, I like looking up to the telephone after making comments like this and going, hello, ASIO. ASIO is the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation. They're our internal secret police. And then we have our ACES, which is the Australian Security Service. They're our external spies.
I got to go ahead and drop. I got to try and get at least a nap before we got to go out and do shit today.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to end this too.
Keep safe.
All right, later, guys.
Have a good one, Hank. Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Later, Hank.
Well, I think I'll just take us out with a musical clip that I had to interrupt for Tella Klein did some awesome animation work.
Oh, cool.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Enjoy the video or smash the dislike button. You're welcome to do whatever you please.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
I love it.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
that's
Please
great.
subscribe.
She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb. In the shape of an L on her forehead.
Yeah, I actually had to break it up that much to get past YouTube's algorithm, but
That's great, though.
that is. She does awesome work.
She does.
I love Tella. Love Tella.
Anyway.
Yeah, I watched the first time tonight, actually. I watched one of their clips. I think that involved Caroline, actually. Can't remember, actually. But yeah, it was interesting. I didn't mind it.
I appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all have a good one. Everybody in my comments, thanks for stirring it up.
Thank you, enemy.
Yep. Keep safe.
Peace
Take
out.
care, Greg. Be cool, everybody.